Sometimes people look down on us simply because we don't speak tactfully. I'm telling you the truth, and if you pay attention, you'll notice this is very common in life. Of course, if they tell us outright, it's not so bad, right? What I'm really afraid of is when they secretly judge us quietly, disrespect us, and don't say a word. That's the exhausting part. That's the real danger. Imagine the person you like, or your boss, or the people at your workplace secretly not respecting you. That's truly tiring, my friends. So I've distilled two ways of speaking that will help you earn respect from others and prevent you from saying something careless or tactless that might cause people to look down on you. Let's dive in and check them out right now. Okay, let's go. This is the first part of today's video about how to speak, communicate, and behave so that others respect you, or at the very least, don't look down on you. We'll start with something absolutely fundamental, the main reason why people don't respect us. Can you guess what it is? Do you know the number one reason why others don't respect you? It's because you've allowed them to do so. I'm serious. Of course, sometimes this permission to disrespect you is unintentional, and you might not even realize you're doing it. But whether it's accidental or deliberate, this is something you absolutely shouldn't do. I'll give you a real-life example and provide specific guidance on how to handle it, so don't worry. For now, what I want you to remember most is this: people don't respect you because you've likely allowed them to disrespect you. Dr. Phil McGraw, a psychologist, has a quote I really admire. He said, "You teach people how to treat you." What does that mean? It means you teach others how to behave toward you. And I personally think this quote is spot on. My friend's absolutely correct and brilliant, truly. People will only look down on you if you let them. If you don't allow it, they won't dare disrespect you. Now I'll walk you through a practical example I guarantee you'll understand immediately and learn how to teach others to respect you in the way you want. Here's the scenario: you're at work, deeply focused on your task, completely immersed. Suddenly, a younger colleague comes over, pats you on the shoulder, and says something like, "Hey, my computer just broke down. I can't send a file and I don't know what to do. Can you help me? I'm in a huge rush." Something like that. This is a hypothetical situation, but I know there are plenty of similar scenarios in real life. What do you think you'd do in this moment to teach this person how to treat you and earn their respect? Why do I use the word respect here? Because it seems like this colleague is asking for your help without any regard for you. They don't care that you're busy. They don't care if you're feeling sad or happy or what's on your mind. All they care about is their own problem, and they expect you to drop everything you're doing to help them right away. They don't even consider how you're feeling. Right now, you're at a crossroads. A chance to teach this person how to respect your time and emotions. If you handle it well, you'll teach them how to respect you for the long haul. But if you handle it poorly, you'll teach them to disregard your time and feelings. If you immediately stop your work to help them, they'll get used to it. They'll expect you to drop everything and help them instantly, every time. From now on, whenever they have an issue, they'll come to you assuming you'll abandon your work to assist them right away. Over time, they'll take it for granted that you'll always prioritize their needs. And if one day you can't help them immediately, what happens? They'll get upset, blame you, or even hold a grudge. And you'll feel annoyed too, right? You'll get frustrated, caught in a cycle of doing favors only to be resented. You might think I've helped you so many times, and now you're mad at me. You're blaming me, you're upset with me. It creates a lot of consequences. I'm sure anyone who's worked in an office knows these situations all too well. Helping immediately makes it hard for them to respect you. But refusing to help outright isn't a good solution either. How do you say no? You can't just reject every request, every time that make you seem selfish. So in these situations, how do you act in a way that's appropriate and still teaches others to respect you? It sounds like a tough question, but the solution is actually very simple, and it only takes 2 steps. Step 1, don't respond right away. Don't react. Don't help immediately. And don't do anything like that. Learn to delay. Why delay? So you can move to step 2. Sit there and think about how you should handle this situation to teach the other person to respect you. What kind of impression do you want them to have of you? Delaying gives you time to think. In this scenario, do you want people to think you're selfish? Of course not. If you don't want to come across as selfish, you'll have to agree to help, right? But then ask yourself, do you want this person to keep coming to you every time they have an urgent problem, expecting you to drop everything? You don't want that either. So you can come up with a response: you'll help, but not right away. Every time set a boundary, you could say, hey, let me finish what I'm working on first. In about 30 minutes, I'll be done, and then I'll come help you. That's the most graceful way to handle this situation. It ensures you're not seen as selfish while also preventing them from bothering you with unreasonable urgency. Done. This approach sends a clear message first. I prioritize my own work. If you need my help, you'll have to wait because you're the one asking for assistance. There's no way I'm putting your needs above mine. Second, during those 30 minutes, maybe they'll figure out a solution on their own and won't need you anymore. Third, in the future, if they have something urgent, they'll stop coming to you. They won't pat you on the shoulder anymore, they'll break that habit, and they might not even choose you for urgent requests because they know you won't help instantly. You're still willing to help, just not in a rush. Isn't that clever? After 1, 2, 3 times, people will get used to your way of doing things. They'll accept your work style, and eventually everyone will understand each other's personalities and approaches, leading to harmony and fewer conflicts. If you help immediately every time, they'll expect it forever, and if you can't help right away later, they'll blame you. That's how it's always been. So remember, step 1, delay. Don't respond instantly. If someone sends you a message, read it but say, hold on, I'm busy, something like that, then think about how you want people to perceive you. Honestly, it's simple. The analysis I just gave you took about a minute, not long at all. Step 2, during that delay, figure out the best way to be seen, how you want to be acknowledged, and how you want others to treat you in similar situations moving forward. Then respond accordingly. Easy, right? Very easy. That's the secret. Remember, nothing is urgent. Learn to delay a bit and only respond once you have a solid answer. Don't just react to every request instantly. That's foolish. Here's another example. Let's say you're a bit overweight and you really hate being called fat. Today, a friend casually says, hey, fatty, or something like that. How should you react to teach them to respect you and make sure they don't call you that again? If you snap and yell at them, that's not good. If you stay silent, it's like saying, go ahead, keep calling me fat. Right? So apply the same principle. Don't react right away. Stay calm. Let them say what they want and even sit there completely still if you need to. Then think through a scenario in your head. How do you want to be treated? How do you teach them to respect you in this situation? In reality, the first thing is obvious. You don't want to be called fat. The second thing, you don't want people to see you as aggressive. So you don't want to yell, I forbid you from calling me fat. That's too harsh. Now you've got 2 clear goals. You don't want to be called fat, and you want to respond politely, not aggressively, so people don't think you're hot-headed. With that, you've got your response. You could say something like, hey, honestly, between friends, I'm telling you, I don't like being called fat. Ever since I was a kid, I've been self-conscious about people calling me that, and it really bothers me. So please don't call me fat anymore. Okay, something like that. Pretty smooth, right? You're just telling the truth, nothing fancy or eloquent. If you've always felt insecure about it, just say so. Use a calm, moderate tone, not harsh, and it'll resonate with them. It's that simple. I'm throwing this in for the students out there, but this video is mostly for people in the workplace to help you teach others to respect you. Okay? That's the first part. Now let's move on to the second part. In the first part, I told you that people disrespect you because you allow them to either by not reacting or by not responding skillfully, which leads them to treat you without respect. In the second part, I'm going to share another very common reason why people look down on you. Sometimes you're unintentionally tactless. Communication is critical, my friends. One of the biggest mistakes that makes people come across as tactless is when they prioritize being right over considering the context. Confused. Let me give you an example. Imagine a group of friends watching a soccer match, totally engrossed, super excited. Suddenly you blurt out, I don't get what's so fun about soccer. It's just a field with 11 guys on each side fighting over a ball. That's it. Come on, let's go do something else. Watching soccer is boring. Something like that. Well, my friends, that's tactless. And there's probably someone in the group silently thinking you're being rude. That silent judgment is the same as them looking down on you. In this situation, you're not wrong. Soccer might not be your thing, but you're tactless because you put being right above the context. You need to do the opposite. Always prioritize the context over being right. What's the context here? Everyone is enjoying their passion, their hobby. Saying something that goes against their interest will kill their vibe. Admit it. Right? That's the context. By prioritizing being right, you've ruined their mood, and that makes you the tactless one. There's a saying, if you can't say something nice, it's better to stay quiet. Either stay silent or join in their excitement and passion, and you're good. Always put the context above being right. If you do the opposite, you'll come off as tactless and people will look down on you. Life's tricky, my friends. Sometimes being right is wrong, and sometimes being wrong is right. The context determines whether what you say is appropriate or not. Here's another example. Let's say you're a photographer who's been in the business for years and you know your craft inside out. One day a friend invites you to the grand opening of their new photography studio. You walk in on opening day and say, man, this camera is outdated. Who uses this kind of camera anymore? This place is going to flop. Customers are smart these days, they won't go for this. The photos won't even look good. Geez, it's your opening day and you bought this junk. How are you going to make it? I'm worried for you. My friends, if you act like that, you've just made yourself tactless and given people a reason to look down on you. You're technically right, but you're still going to get criticized. Your words might come from a place of wanting to help, but that could be the last day you and that friend are on good terms. They'll just see you as tactless. It's their opening day. They invited you to celebrate, not to critique their equipment. They asked you to share in their joy, not to point out flaws. If you want to give advice, wait for another time. Let them run their business for a month or two. If things aren't going well, they'll be more open to your input then. In life, the obsession with being right is so strong, and the need to win is so high. That's why true friends and people who genuinely care about you are rare. They exist, but they're few. If you always need to be right and win every argument, who can stand your personality? Even if you win, people won't respect you. They might be silently judging you without you knowing. So before you say anything, think in this context is what I'm about to say. Okay, if it's sensitive or inappropriate for the situation, don't say it. Always remember to prioritize context over being right. That way you won't slip up. You won't come off as tactless and people won't dislike you. I'll wrap up this video here. I'll include a playlist of all my videos on communication skills, so you can check those out for more. For now, goodbye, and I'll see you in the next videos.